said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
Good morning, everyone. I am hoping that Bianca gets this cleared up. That's why I was a little late. I'm not sure what's going on with Restream, but it is not working. Good morning, Raymond and Hominus and Loki and Robert Kids, Fun Kids. I'm not sure what's going on. And Hooded Justice, good morning. I'm hoping, like, it did show that she paired up with it and then now it's gone. I've sent her a couple different links, so I just figured we'll give her some time. Hopefully we can get her on here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So did you guys see the Morbius trailer this morning? I wonder. Okay, we're gonna actually wait for that because hopefully we can get Bianca in on that. Basically it looks fantastic, but we'll get there. Another thing oh goodness gracious. I keep checking my email. I'm not sure what to do. I'm sorry, Bianca. I don't know how to help. If I can, I will in any way. Good afternoon from Europe. That's so cool. Hello, Incubus. All right, so I wanted to talk new comics, of course, because it is Tuesday. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? I want to talk new comics, of course. We'll get there. And I want to talk about I kind of been thinking about that whole comic union thing. Like, I did a video on it yesterday, and I did it, it's hard when you got to get up there. Everything's topical, right? Like, yeah, I'm all for unions. I think it's any sort of union is smart for the worker compared to the corporation. But in this case, it feels like what unions are supposed to protect people against, which is, maybe it says I can't join after the event has started. Let me send you a link right now, a new link. See if that'll help. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's a different link. All right, try that one, Bianca. It's different this time, at least. I mean, that's gotta be good, right? The thing about it is good morning, TZ. It feels more like what unions are supposed to protect you against. Yeah, corporate greed and all that fun stuff, right? But in this situation, it feels like unions protect you against discrimination or, canceling of contract and stuff like that. It is not a government conspiracy. It feels like it's not being what they're supposed to protect you against is what they want in their demands, right? This feels very like it's a good idea in theory, but what you're asking for is ridiculous. Like, you can't, unless you're going to put really like to the T stipulations, you can't say because this person I feel was racist or homophobic or anything like that. You can't go out there and try to say that you're going to basically say that their book can't be on Image. You can't. That's literally gatekeeping. And that's pretty much what this feels like. Like, it feels like it was kind of born out of the Warren Ellis stuff, right? Whereas Warren Ellis isn't a good guy. He's definitely a creeper, but he didn't do anything legally wrong, and there's no reason why his book shouldn't be printed in a way, right? Like, he's creepy, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. Like, he took advantage of people, but he also boosted people's career, and nobody talked about that. He also helped people, like Kelly Sudaconic, or was it Kelly Sudaconic, or was it G. Willow? Yeah, Kelly Sudaconic. And he's talented, and you don't always bank on the talent. But You do in a way, right? Capitalism. Like, what do you expect? Um, it should be something that we should be. Image was one of those things born out of the '90s where it was like everything from Image was, you've got Savage Dragon and Spawn and all of these creators giving the big middle finger to the mainstream, and now they're like, but cancel culture. Not to derail the conversation, but did you hear about? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll send her well wishes. That's terrible. I don't. Oh, that's absolutely horrible. I had no idea, Shelby. I will definitely send her some well wishes today. I don't know if she has a public email or not, but I'll look. And if not, I'll comment. That's horrible. Oh, all right. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, if you guys can send her well wishes, that's awful. I wonder, Bianca, if you can hear me, are you having any luck whatsoever with that second link I sent? So yeah, I initially I like the idea of a union, right? But it just feels like more. I hate to use the term. Yes, we got her. Yes, finally we got ya. I'm so sorry. That was such a pain in the butt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. What ended up working?
So apparently I had to go to the actual website to join instead of the link.
Okay. Well, as long as we got it figured out, that's awesome. I was gonna be bummed. All right.
I had to make an account and everything though.
And you've streamed with me and Robert and stuff before. You've never had to make an account before?
No, the one that you sent me, it said app restream IO, and I'm like, "Oh, does she have the app or does she have it downloaded on her computer?" So like when you sent it like
Yeah.
that, it takes you to make the account to do it instead of the usual links that you and Robert have sent me.
Well, that's so weird. I don't know. All right, as long as we got it figured out, I'm happy.
Me too.
Very weird. And I didn't do anything different. I was in my browser. I didn't download an app. I don't know. All right, we got it
It's so
figured out.
weird.
It is. So they Shelby did mention that Mecha Random 42. I don't know if you watch her channel, but
Yeah.
sure, her mother passed away last night.
No.
Yeah. So I said everybody send her some thoughts, some prayers. That's horrible. I'm gonna at least bare minimum try to comment or at least say something, nice. Like, that's so sad. She's gotta be having a hard time right now. So Comic Book Union. Did you hear about this yesterday?
Yeah, I just finished watching your video today.
I love it. Eric, thank you for stopping by. Oh god, the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. Yeah, I'm completely ignoring it. I'm gonna pretend like I'm oblivious to
Kyle?
anything like this.
The
Yeah,
artist? I
no,
follow him
no,
on Twitter.
no, no,
Or
no,
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 is
no,
it a
no,
different
no.
Kyle?
Yes, the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, and basically where he I don't know the legal terms right at this point. Did he murder? Was it
Oh.
called self defense? I don't know. I'm not following it enough. We basically killed two people. So
Oh my god.
yeah. So we're not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. So what do you think about I'm when I made that video, I was like, I think unions generally do help, right? But in this, when you're asking for, and I don't even have an issue with the more diversity, even though it's a little weird of a weird flex. But like the issue I have is saying, but we're gonna bring everything to a vote, and now we are going to be able to pick and choose who comes to our line based on social media, based on whatever, and it feels very like gatekeepy, right? Like, isn't that what unions are supposed to protect you against?
That's what I thought anyway.
Yeah, I don't actually get it. I don't here's the thing with unions. Like, they can boycott, but they're not they're office staff, right? So it's not like James Tinian is in this union, right? It's the office staff. They are very without sounding like a bitch, they're replaceable. So if they boycott, there will be 100 other people that need jobs right now in our economy that can replace them. I don't know. I think this is a dumb move at this point. Like, after thinking about it for a while, it that's exactly right, Tava. It sounds like a broken system.
Oh, and if I could, I'm gonna just put in a little plug-in. At 5 p.m., I'm gonna be streaming with Robert and Liana K, and we're also gonna be celebrating the 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider.
Oh, that's awesome, Robert. If you want to put your link, I'll put it up in the pinned comment area so people can sign up for, or do the set reminder thing. But that's awesome. And Liana's doing her Kickstarter.
Yes, I backed it.
Did you? I haven't backed it yet. I definitely want to. But I gotta get Paul Matti's first. Like, I gotta get the autograph. I got Chuck Dixon, got 70 Phillips, I got Donnie Cates on the way. Like, I just gotta kind of start getting them up. But yeah, I'm definitely going to back it. She's so like creative. Like, it reminds me almost very much of like Undertale-esque, right?
Yeah.
And I backed it for a custom NPC. I think that's the one I'm going to use.
So did I, but I'm getting a furry.
I should back it and put Hush. Don't they have the pets one too?
Yep, that's the one I got.
Yeah, I didn't put Hush in the game, or Bane, one of my kitties. That's so cute. But yeah, she's actually, I'm gonna have her on, and her marketing manager on Sunday, and we're gonna talk all about it. That should be fun. I don't know what I mean. Like, we're just gonna talk about the Kickstarter and have her explain it all, because like, I love like when she does her little videos, right, where she does boss fight stuff. It's so cute. Like, that's gotta take so much time. She has to film each one of those individual things, and like dress up each individual time. And sometimes she has like the last longer boss fight she did had like 7 or 8 characters. Like, I bet if I'm editing a video for 3 or 4 hours, I can't even imagine how long something like that takes.
I can't either. That's too much time.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody said hi. Hi, everybody. How's everybody going? I'm so sorry I'm late in saying hi. No, I didn't find out about the Tomb Raider series. I never played the video games. I just know who the person is.
The new Loki says the new Uncharted movie looks like streaming hot garbage. You know what?
Tom Holland?
Yes, I didn't even watch it. It wasn't there a trailer come out recently? I didn't even watch it. You know why? Because I have the cutscenes in the game that were good enough for me. And Tom Holland, it should have been somebody like, what he played. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. Nathan Fillion. It should have been somebody that age. Like, no. Maybe they want to age it with them. It just looks bad to me. Like, I think even like the Resident Evil one that's coming out, that one looks way better. Like, that one looks fun and kind of like silly horror. I love silly horror. Like, not silly, like Malignant. That's kind of like out there horror. And that's what it reminds me of. Uncharted to me just like looks like a very low budget streaming show.
Is Tom Holland too like young to play?
Yeah, he's like to me at least. I don't know.
We're the same age.
What, you and Tom Holland are?
Yeah, I believe I'm a year older though.
Well, I thought he was a little bit younger. Yeah, even. Oh well, okay. Well, he's close. I guess.
So 25.
You're a youngin'.
25, 26.
Oh my God. Me and Bianca, we haven't decided what yet, but since it is November and we were both born in November, we're gonna do something special this month.
I sent a really long email.
I know. I was looking. I'm like,
I sent another one.
Did you? I'm like, dang. You have some amazing ideas. I just need to pick your brain like twice a week to get videos for the week. He looks like he's 15. That's exactly right. He looks very young.
I look like I'm 12.
That's a good thing as a woman, though.
I want to grow old gracefully.
I'm gonna be 35, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to sleep because it's just another day closer. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. So let's talk about. You seen the Morbius trailer, right?
Yes, I watched it today. Yeah, I watched it today.
Yeah, the Man Bat trailer. I love it. Like, it's and this is kind of proof that DC isn't taking the right chances because it looks fantastic. Like, it looks so like I don't know. He looks like punk rock Jesus to me, but I still love it. Like, I love Jared Leto, not as Joker, but wasn't it? I think he was in Requiem for a Dream. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've heard of it.
Oh my god. It's like the weirdest fucking movie ever, but it's so good at the same time. Like, it's like the movie Acid Trip. That's the best way to describe it. And it's so good, and I've liked him ever since. And his 30 Seconds to Mars, so good. Like, I like a lot about him. I hope this movie does well because, in my mind, if this movie doesn't do well, it's like both Marvel and DC fucked him over. So, what did you think of the trailer? Like, what was your takeaway?
I did like it a lot better than the first one, which was like a teaser or whatever.
Right.
But I'm guessing they already know who Venom is from the last part of the trailer.
Yeah, he's like, I am Venom. I'm like,
what?
Like,
nah, I'm just kidding. I'm your doctor.
I love it though. Like, and you've seen Vulture in it too, right?
Yeah. So there might be like whether some or more interactions, or maybe it's just like a cameo. I hope it's not a cameo. I want them to do more stuff with the Vulture.
Well, and I noticed when he was just walking down the street, it looked like it was I can't think of the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's version of Spider-Man, where it said like murderer. It didn't look like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So clearly we know, like, unless people haven't seen Venom, earmuffs. Not that I have, but I know spoilers. We know that Venom is now connected to the MCU. Mm-hmm. So if this is connected to Venom, then this is essentially connected to the MCU, right? Like, so are they, what I'm curious about is there was leaks a long time ago. And of course there's always leaks. You don't know how good they are, but they're talking about make him an anti-hero, right? Like,
is he not already an anti-hero in the comics?
Yes. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he's going to be their big anti-hero. And then there was I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. Actually, we could bring it up. In the trailer, there was a guy that, like, for a second looked like Tom Holland. Do you know who I mean by chance?
No.
I'll bring it up. But that is going to be our big Morbius. I always call him Mobius because Mobius from, what was it? Loki.
The show?
Yeah, like, it's very
I didn't
close.
see the show.
You are missing out. That was a good one.
I'm like binge watching Doom Patrol right now.
Oh, I'm
almost done with the first season. Almost done. I got like a couple episodes left.
I've got 2. I've had 2 for months. All right, let's set this up here so we can look. We're gonna move the chat just for a minute, guys. Sorry. All right, so I don't think I shared audio, so I'm just gonna mute it so we can look through it.
For safety.
Yes, exactly. Because if not, they absolutely will take this shit. Does that look okay? I have to go in between tabs to make sure that looks okay, so I can play it in the background. Like, he looks so like that is punk rock Jesus. There is no way around that. Like, I'm not saying he looks bad because he doesn't, but like, that is punk rock Jesus. And then, like, okay, so in the comics right here, that's where this whole part is new.
It looks like King Kong.
Yeah, it does. It really
Skull
does.
Island.
But from what I remember from the comics, that this whole like going to this place is new. Now, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but he collapses on stage, and that's where he starts looking into the blood stuff. And then now they're adding like a layer of lore that I have no idea about with this going here and having some sort of weird blood sacrifice. Like it makes sense for the character, but it just, unless they retcon something that I didn't know about recently, I don't remember that at all.
I only know from the animated, the 90s Spider-Man
Oh, that was so good. That was so good, though.
Very nostalgia-like.
Yes. I like this, like, horror-esque feel to it, right?
Yes,
Hi,
I do
Bane.
too.
Everyone can hear you. You are so loud. I like Tyrese. Like, who doesn't like Tyrese? Like, come on, it's Tyrese.
Who's he playing? Is he like
the cop? I
he's
know
the
it's
cop,
a race
okay.
swap. I know it's a race swap, and I'm surprised people haven't like pointed that out yet. But it's only a couple hours old. Just give it time; it'll happen. Like he's starting to get.
Wait, it's
a little
PG-13,
sinister.
right?
Yes, like look at that. Like I love this, and that is so cool to me because like, at this, like it looks really cool how they're doing his powers. Like it's very, we've not really seen anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not even Batman.
I still don't care about Morbius. I know, but it looks cool. I kind of care about him now. Like I love the way his eyes look. I love the way that he's doing his with like what would it be called? Echo something, Echo, I forget. Like it looks absolutely awesome.
It should be rated R though.
I know, and that's
you can't
the problem.
do all of this stuff and then be like, nah, it's only PG-13.
And I think that's
what it did to Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, how can you do Venom and Carnage? I mean, they managed
So
to, but they
good.
made it more comedy. Like, okay, so this guy, we're coming up on it. I like how it's got the Daily Bugle stuff.
Oh, I
did you
just
see
realized
that?
the newspaper said Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, but
Where's
then
Blade?
So we've got
Dang
Vampire. I know, Dr. Michael. Okay, so Vampire Murderer.
Oh,
so he's gonna go to jail. But then if you notice, I'm trying to pause it here. He's got like the cop here's got like a cyborg arm. And I forget, I know that's got some root in the comics, but yeah, this is Marvel, so.
Wait, did they call Dr. Morbius a vampire murderer?
They did, but you know that's probably...
That makes no sense. If you're a vampire, how you not gonna murder?
Well,
no, he's a vegan vampire, of course.
They can go Legends of the Fall like Brad Pitt and have him eat rats and stuff.
So they're gonna have him like in a little cave and be like, "Here's your meal. Here's your meal.
Right here.
We have to feed you."
This guy.
Oh, is he Doctor Who? He looks like Doctor Who to me.
I thought he looked like a combination of that and
Tom Holland,
like an older Tom Holland.
Yeah, I definitely see it.
I can't, and all I can think of is Church of Blood, but that's Batman. I can't think of his name. His name's like, I know one of you guys will know. He's like the living, oh my god, it's gonna drive me crazy. The living embodiment of like, he becomes like this parasite. So I think what we're gonna get is him being the villain. And then go through the whole like, Morbius is kind of bad, he's kind of good, but now we kind of love him, and then he's gonna save the day. Nobody knows his name. Come on. Carnage should have been rated R. Absolutely.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, I would love a Ninja Gaiden anime series. I did love the DMC one. I didn't like the Bayonetta one so much. I felt like it was so flat. Maybe because it was a movie and not a series. I don't know. I didn't play the video games. I just played everybody playing through it.
Dave, I have no idea. Now that's going to drive me insane. I'll think of it.
He's Doctor Who.
Yeah, we'll just call it. See, it said murderer in the background. Like this, and then we've got that guy. I forget his name.
What was his occupation?
Who?
the guy who plays the Vulture, his occupation, like in the movie. Did they ever say it in the Spider-Man Homecoming?
He was a dad. I don't remember. I mean, like, I don't remember.
Was he like an engineer or something? Like I don't know, something to do with
I
the
think
Vulture
so,
wings,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So why is an engineer in a murder scene?
He's in jail.
Oh, he's going to jail.
Yes.
Ah, makes sense.
I love the way the powers.
There are DMC comics. They are like they're really really old. Like shoot I don't think it's 1990s. But those comics exist. You have to just look for it. I don't know where they are, but you have to look for it. Or wait, maybe they're novels or graphic novels, because I do remember seeing like lots of pictures and everything. Pretty sad.
Yeah, totally. I know what you're talking about though. It looks so good though.
I love it so much, but I need you to be rated R.
I know. You know what though? That is going to drive me crazy what his name is. I love this. Like the way they just he's just so good. I really think like I like the off the wall, like B characters that people aren't, fully aware of, so they can have a little bit more of creative freedom with it. And I think this is one of those characters. Now I have to look up who that was. Morbius, IMBD. I go to IMBD way too many times a day because I never want to be wrong in my videos. Adrian Thomas, aka the Vulture, is a former combat pilot who turned businessman scientist who became a criminal. There we go.
Thank you, Incubus.
Okay, Loxus. Okay, so Loxus Crown. Now, what was Crown's Loxius Crown? Oh my goodness! So he was just called Crown. That was what all of that feed up was for. Hunger! Hunger! His name was Hunger! I'm not crazy. I knew it had a different... Okay, I'm satisfied. My day can end well.
As long as you're not starving.
Right? I had to know what his name was. It was going to drive me crazy. But yes, his name is Hunger. Bianca's back. What happened to her? Nothing happened. I just... the streamer, or not streamer, Restream was being a little bitch.
It was. She can curse for me. I don't curse.
That's so cute. Hunger, yeah. And I know he becomes like a parasite and kind of becomes like, I don't know, like a black shadow-y figure. Think Shade, but evil. Oh, I can't wait for, I don't know if you're watching, but Stargirl comes out today. I am so excited, but I'm so sad. All of the freaking good shows are over for now. Well, I guess Doom Patrol. You talked about Doom Patrol.
Yeah, it's still, I'm still on the first season, so I got 2 seasons left, so I got still a lot of things to watch. I'm actually watching the Aquaman cartoon.
Oh yeah,
I like it a lot.
Oh no.
It's
why
not,
is there
like,
so many baseball references?
Baseball?
In the first I didn't understand if I was just too old or what.
No, it's because Mara doesn't know anything about baseball. She just she heard of it and has her own idea of it, and Aquaman's just like, no, that's not what it is. But okay.
It's so good on you. I tried to get through the first one and it was painful.
I'm surprised James was who was the writer who did the Aquaman movie? It was James Wan, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's the executive producer in this movie. That I found super interesting. I'm like, that's probably why I like it. Like it has that kind of quote unquote that fun element the Aqua movie had,
right?
But put it into this show. But it's silly, and of course it's dumb. I love how everybody hates Aquaman. I like how there was this part and they were in a fish restaurant trying to get Ocean Master, and then the restaurant guy was like, "Oh my gosh, Ocean Master's in my restaurant. This is so good for business." And then Aquaman comes and he's like, oh my gosh, it's King Aquaman. He's bad for business. And he's like, but I eat like you guys. I eat fish like you guys. And then everybody's looking at their fish being disgusted by it. And they're like, oh my gosh, he eats fish like us? He's like, oh my gosh, get out of my restaurant. You're ruining my business. He's like, I'm sorry, but it's true.
Is all 3 episodes out yet?
Yes, I watched the third one. I'm so confused. Is there going to be more than 3? Because the third episode said end, and I'm like, wait, what do you mean end? Is that it?
I thought it was just a trilogy. I don't know. Maybe they kind of left it open ended to add more to it, depending on how it did. But like,
I mean,
I couldn't do
honestly,
it.
if it does end that way, it is honestly a good ending.
Okay, that makes
I love
sense.
the action in it.
I don't know. It just was like I didn't get through all 3, but like I noticed myself just staring off into space. Like it just
That's fine. I mean, do you know how long this is? Every single episode was freaking 45 minutes. So I have done that too, not because I was bored, but because it was
right.
too long. And I'm like, I would have rather have like was it 6-parter, 2020, 2020,
Oh yeah.
2020, instead of all 45. Though the last one seemed like it didn't seem that long to me. Probably because like everything was happening after happening after happening after happening. The octopus is the best character in the show. He's so cute.
I might have to give it another chance.
Don't force yourself. I don't want you to force yourself.
Well, another thing is that I'm not a fan of that Cal art style at all. I get it, like people like it.
Understandable.
It's just. Ooh.
I guess that's like I'm not gonna say my generation because I don't want to like generalize the generation.
I know what
So
you
like
mean.
I think Steven Universe,
Yep.
and then Gravity Falls were the first one of the first introductions I saw into that style. So my brain obviously is like used to it and that kind of stuff, and so more Disney, Cartoon Network, and I don't know anything if Nickelodeon has any, but definitely Disney and Cartoon Network are showing more of a similar style to that, like Amphibia in Disney, Disney Plus, which is amazing, and then there's Infinity Train from now no longer Cartoon Network, but now HBO Max is also
Right.
super amazing despite the style. What was that? Owl House from Disney, which is canceled because Disney is a bunch of turds, and it wasn't because there was nobody watching it, because some people like to spread that misinformation. Lots of people were watching it, lots of people were liking it. People were saying, oh, it's canceled because of the LGBT representation, but that wasn't it. It was because Disney told them that this show didn't fit their brand or whatever, and so it got canceled. And I'm like, that's stupid, because you have Amphibia, which has a similar style, like almost similar in like aspect of like funniness and whatever, but they're still on, but then they got the whole Molly ghost thing that came after they canceled Owl House, and I'm like, so this is what you mean by your brand. I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever, you do you,
I only
Disney.
really ever heard good things about the Owl House.
I know, right? It's great. Oh my gosh, yes, I heard about the Devil May Cry anime that's coming from the creators of Castlevania, but like, when is it coming out? Because I've been hearing this since season 1 of Castlevania, and it's not here. I want it here now. No,
Yeah,
I didn't, because I forgot if it was on Netflix or not, and I was actually going to contact you about that, Loki. But thank you for reminding me it's on Netflix. I'm going to watch it today.
what is my name? What is that?
My name is a Korean
Uh,
show, and he said it was very similar to the Squid Game.
oh, okay.
Like, one thing that Squid Game is predictable, but it's also fun, and I was like, why is everything like I can predict everything that happened? And then I did more research, and it turns out that Squid Game was 10 years into the making. Like, the guy made this
Oh
for
wow.
10 years, but he kept getting rejected by every single whatever. And so Netflix was like, yeah, sure, we'll put it on. And it became one of the like most viewed thing
Ever.
ever. And so I'm like, see, like, it's predictable. So, and the dialogue of the people The Americans is terrible, but, like, when you watch Korean dramas, that's completely normal. People are like, "Oh, it's because it's the English dub." I'm like, "No. If you watch Korean dramas and you see Americans on there, the acting is completely terrible, and where the Koreans speaking to them in English sound better than the Americans speaking English. It's so cringy."
Oh no. I when just some guy was on, he said it was really good too, like worth the binge.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the binge.
Netflix loves throwing shit at the wall.
Oh,
I'm seeing
no,
what sticks.
the people who made Castlevania, they're making a Devil May Cry series and said it was gonna be a whole universe thing. Not the Devil May Cry anime series that came out before or after Devil May Cry number 4, the video game. Though I do love that one. They made Dante look so great.
I know with Castlevania, didn't Warren Ellis get fired from all of the stuff that happened about 6 months back?
What happened 6 months back?
With Warren Ellis?
Yes.
Oh boy. There was a whole website that came out against him because okay, so some of the stuff, he's very creepy. We'll put that out there. But some of the stuff was like,
oh, Warren Ellis. I got it.
Okay, yeah.
So
some of it was off the wall. Like, it was like, he hypnotized me to touch myself. What, bitch? Like, what?
What kind of voodoo stuff are you into?
I know, like, it was so weird. He's definitely a creepster, but he doesn't deserve all the shit he's gotten. Like, it's that game where women play where they're like, I'm super into this because it's going to help my career. And then they're like, just kidding, you didn't help my career. So now I'm going to call you a whole bunch of names. And I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not by far. But yeah, it's a game, unfortunately.
So is he kicked out of the Castlevania series?
I thought he lost. Yeah, I thought he lost that gig, I guess. So the last season, Mitch Ryan said the last season was so rushed. I think that's, from my understanding, he's gone. Yeah, like he's not hurting. Season,
by the way, so no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Oh, but Homines, it's gonna be made by the Castlevania people. It's made by the Castlevania people, so you know the animation is gonna be good. Though I will say that for the 3rd season that I'm watching with my brother, like, okay, so I love voice acting, even though I don't do it.
Right.
I've just done so many research for so many years. So, like, because of that, I can tell when something is off. And there's something like this character named Saint Germain. I don't know where the crap he's recording from, but he sounds like he's recording in a closet, whether he's too far away or maybe too far away from the microphone. But when you hear the sound, he's in a different place than everybody else. And I'm just like, no. And then I was telling my brother, and he's like, he's like, oh, I hear it now. He's like, why'd you tell me this? And I'm like, I'm sorry, you got to suffer with me.
Oh no. I guess I should check it out. There's so much. I'm so weird when it comes to shows. I just don't watch anything. Like, I'd much rather read. I've always been that way. So Robert said some great comics out this week. So let's take a look.
Bye, fun kids and skits.
Oh, wait. I have to go. Oh, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Let's look at new comics, and then I want to talk a little bit about Eternals and a lot of the crap going on with that. Stupid controversy, like, on both sides, and it just feels like this time was kind of like an exercise in futility. Like, it's a mess. But we'll get there. Let me. I'm gonna start talking about before we even get to it. I don't think Betty Page is actually coming out. I've seen this cover like the last 3 weeks in a row. This website I know I keep using, but it's the only one that uses Eternals. A lot of drama, but it's actually good. Not really. Well, we haven't seen it yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. You know what's funny to me? How is this cosplay?
She's wearing the wig.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. I read issue 1 of this.
Which cover did you get?
I read digitally most of the time.
Okay, which cover was it?
It was just the main cover.
Aw, the
Um,
anime cover looks super cute though.
yeah, it is. It definitely is. But like, it wasn't. So originally, I don't even remember who's writing it right now. But originally, it was written by Garth Ennis, and it was really good. And it just kind of feels like, meh. Like I don't know. Dynamite's not my thing. I know some people really love all their titles from Dynamite, but like, I don't read any, none whatsoever. I read Red Sonja just because I had Jimmy Palmiotti on, and I know he's doing it. But like, there was no. They're bringing back Sheena. That's so funny.
Is it weird that I feel like I've seen the name Sheena before, but like a long time ago?
Oh yeah, you probably have. She's been around.
Oh, there's a jaguar one. It's so cute.
That is a good one. That's pretty. Like, they're beautiful, beautiful art. But like,
Oh, I love
I
that
actually really
one.
like this one.
That one's nice.
I love that style. Oh, E-Hacker. Let me switch over here real quick. Thank you so much. Everybody make sure you guys check out Entertainment Hacker. He covers a lot more in depth the Johnny Depp stuff. I'll cover it up if there's a big headline, but he goes through the actual like court documents more than I do and covers the rumor side of it. So make sure you guys check him out.
Hey,
awesome
Raymond.
channel. And I'm back. We're talking new comics. So I love this like style. I absolutely think it's adorable. But as far as Dynamite, it's just not my thing. I don't. If anyone's reading Dynamite, let me know if it's any good. If there's anything worth picking up. I did think though that Jimmy Palmiotti, his Red Sonja was a lot better than. It's probably the best since like Gail Simone. A Thing Called Truth. I've never heard of it.
I have heard of it, but not a lot of talk about it.
Anything good? Like worth picking up? I might. You know what?
No,
I'm so
just
bad.
people asking other people, "Is it good?"
You know what's funny about that is there a lot of the number ones I will get to see if I want to continue the series, and I probably will. But I it doesn't tell much about it. Like, is it like a buddy cop? What is it? Like, I don't know. I need this cover. We're going to look at this cover because I need it.
I almost thought that was Batgirl.
It's Ellipses. I love crossover. Have you read any of it?
No, not yet. But it's like you're the only one that's out that's actually positive about it that I've seen.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like, I absolutely love crossover. It's my well, not the best. I think it's not the best Image title, but it's definitely like top 3. Like, it's basically what if something happened where superheroes were able to cross into the real world. And we're following Ellipses, and there's like they bring in stuff like Mad Men from Image, old Image titles. They bring in stuff like God's Country and God's Sword. Oh, it's so good.
I saw
like
Spawn in a cover once.
It's so cool. Like, it's worth it for like the little Easter eggs alone. Oh, I definitely want to check this out too. Newborn. Or Newburn.
Oh, I thought that was a real person.
Robert, thank you so much. Okay. Wow, what's going on with the cats? They're fighting. No. Bane, it's not even the cats. It's just Bane walking around wanting something to do, and he's bored.
Throw a yarn. Yarn attack.
I have his brush somewhere. And he'll just cuddle up with his brush, or he's such a little spoiled thing that if the attention is not 100% on him, he's gonna do this. Like, walking around endlessly. So, private detective without loyalties, investigating conflict between. I want that. You know why I want this? Chip Zdarsky. Thank you, Robert, by the way. Like, I love Chip Zdarsky's work. And if he's doing something creator owned, I'm gonna check it out.
You said you don't like you've been having like trouble of getting like buying something from like Dynamite and all that stuff. I mean, why not get Painkiller Jane from Dynamite?
Isn't it? It's Kickstarter.
No, I'm on Midtown Comics right now. I'm on the
back
Dynamite.
issues.
Yeah, there's a
That-
Painkiller Jane. There's like 3 volumes of it already.
Well, yeah, there we go.
3 volumes. So I don't know if this is what he's making is like a sequel to that, or if it's like its own thing that you don't have to read the other 3 volumes.
Come on. Do you want your brush? He wants his brush. He's gonna roll all over his brush. Oh my god, Bane, you are a mess this morning. Here you go. Take your brush. Play, play, play. He literally just rolls on the thing. It's so freaking cute, and he'll carry it around and roll on it. I love it. He's like the silliest cat ever. So, Primordial! I love. Like, this is only issue 2, but the first one was so. Jeff Lemire has quickly become, since Sweet Tooth, one of those I just buy.
Does it have anything to do with the dog?
Yeah, like they're in space. Well, it's alternate history, right? And they sent these animals up into space, and they thought they died, but they actually didn't. And they're like trying to destroy documents and get rid of any evidence of these animals up in space, but like they didn't. They're up there, and they're like, I don't know. We've only had one issue, but it seems like they're like making a habitat and able to live. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Are you there?
Sorry. Hold on.
No, you're okay. So we also have Radiant Black, another one I dropped. Oh, that's because they don't write Vampirella and Purgatory like they used. Oh yeah, absolutely. It just I don't know. I just don't have the attachment to those characters. I guess I love this cover though. I thought this came out last week. Huh. I don't know. Sweet Paprika, and that the weird thing about Sweet Paprika is I really wanted to like it. I really like Mirka and Dalfa is one of my favorite art styles. The book wasn't great, and I gave it like 4 solid issues, and it wasn't my favorite. So I ended up dropping it. It just there's so much good out right now. I'm not gonna kind of settle. Well, that's the second printing anyway, but like I'm not gonna settle for
Okay, I'm back.
mediocre. Okay.
I was helping my mom with her password.
Oh, okay. So we're up to Magic Order, Mark Millar. Have you ever read the
first? Did we just skip Radiant Black?
Yes, we did. There we go.
Is it having another volume? Gosh dang, I just bought the first volume.
Yep, they're up to number 9.
Nice. I'm liking it so far.
I felt like it was very like Power Rangers-esque.
Maybe. I'm on chapter 3.
That's as far as I got.
Drinking, they got vomiting.
Yeah.
You got the hero talking to the villain. Hey, so how does this power work? He's like, who are you? You go through this wall. Who else is in a $38,000 of debt?
Right? I did like that aspect of it. I got bored with it. Magic Order I'll probably read just because I'll have to go back through volume 1, but like Mark Millar, his Jupiter's Legacy, and this is we're up to issue 5 right now, and I love Jupiter's Legacy, I always have, but this is like he's taken it to the Uyghur Muslims, he's taken it to China, he's taken it to Disney, like right in the beginning, Chloe's like, sell my Mickey Mouse shares is what she said. It's like he is not afraid to go there, and I fucking love it. So I'm hoping he does the same with Magic Order. Like, yes, Bane. Do you want to be live? Do you want to have a conversation? Can you not? Okay, go on. Holy moly, he's so loud. Sorry. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's so Silver Coin is back. Are you there? Bianca?
Yeah,
I think we lost. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think we lost Bianca. Worst book of the week, Mr. Miracle number 6. Oh, we will get there. The only good thing about it is it's over. We will get there. Have you read the sequel to Jupiter's Legacy? Is sequel before or after? I'm reading the newest one right now. It just came out last week, but I was behind on reading, so I read 5. I think I've read everything Jupiter's Legacy. Oh, I wish they could do.
Sequel before be considered a prequel?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't know. There's I think 3 volumes at this point. This is the 3rd one, and it's like it was so weird. Like earmuffs if you're reading it, but like the one part was this woman cheating on her husband, and they were like she was cheating on him, and they were trying to find a place to have sex. So they went to the top of Mount Everest, but her daughter just got powers where she has a telepathic link to her mother and heard her the entire time cheating on her father, heard her the entire time having sex. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was the weirdest shit, but it's so good. She's like in the bathroom screaming, like, Mom, stop! Like, oh God, it's fucked up. It is so fucked up, but in the best way possible. Oh, Silver Coin is really good too. Have you had a chance to check that one out? Bianca.
Yes, I'm here.
It's okay. Well, the point is, it's really good. Okay, let's go to what are you reading from Marvel?
What was that?
What are you reading from Marvel?
I didn't get my Dark Ages book. I'm kind of ticked off about that. I'm reading Black Cat right now.
Oh yeah, you did say that last time. How's that been?
But apparently I need that new Heroes Reborn comic.
Oh yeah.
A thing where Nighthawk is on there, and he was talking about another world, and they're like, he's talking about this and Heroes Reborn. And I'm like, oh great, now I need Heroes Reborn so I can understand what he's talking about.
Oh, I know you could cheat a little bit. Comic Historian has a complete story. I know Thanks. They have that.
I don't have to spend money now.
There you go. Amazing Fantasy's been really good. I'm behind an issue though, but I'll definitely be reading that. As far as Moon Knight, that's a second printing. That's not coming out this week. Moon Knight's been fantastic. I really like the way Jed MacKay writes Moon Knight. I think it's really good. Oh my goodness, there's so many Star Wars books. I have little to no interest. I heard Strange Academy was really good. I don't remember who I was just talking to. Just some guy was talking about how good it is. So that's continuing. Another one I dropped was the Death of Doctor Strange. Just meh, right? Like, I don't know. Winter Guard. I was interested in that initially because of the Black Widow movie. But it was so similar, I dropped that. Like, it just... Sorry, Marvel, you're trailing. There's just not a lot of interest in what you're putting out right now. I can't wait for the Mary Jane Black Cat Beyond one shot. Totally. Maybe Bianca has more interest than me. So DC. Let's go to what I'm actually reading. I didn't hear any news on the issues for Requiem. I've been behind. Requiem's up to 5. From my understanding, it's only going to 6, which makes no sense right now because I don't know how they're going to finish it. I'm hoping it's not over. Like, I'm really hoping it's not over. It's so good. So, we've got DC. This book I reviewed, the first one. And if you like psychological thriller horror-esque, this book is so... probably one of my favorites from last month. It was so good. Like, I don't necessarily care for, like, what is it, 10-Eyed Man? He wasn't ever... But, like, it makes sense in the story, and it works so good. It's all the people that died, that were thought dead in the A-Day attacks, and they're kind of following them, and you're following a psychologist along with it. It's so good.
There's going to be a Mary Jane Black Cat one-shot. Oh my
Delayed
gosh!
reaction. Arkham City, The Order of the... Yeah, it was so good, right, Raymond? So I really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad 2 is coming out. Fear State... so I don't hate Fear State. I don't hate the way it's been going. But it feels like there's a lot of weird issues with editorial for me. Like, there'll be times where, like, for instance, Barbara is talking and giving orders, and then in the when she's supposed to be talking, giving orders, in the next book they have her dressed up as Bat, girl, and going around and doing stuff, and then like from I Am Batman to the main title, they're calling this person the Anti-Oracle or the Seer, and it feels like editorial is a little off, and it could have been streamlined like a lot. Like, it feels like there could have been a lot taken out because it was like a repetition of information for about 3 issues. And I don't get why they did that. FYI, Philip Kennedy Johnson claims somehow Action Comics 1036 will explain how Superman and the Authority fit into continuity. Yeah, it translates to how am I going to shoehorn things in. But we don't even have Action Comics this week. So why would they not... Do we? No, I know we don't. Why would they not put that out before Superman and the Authority one shot? I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. So even so, I love the Authority. Ever since, what was it? I'm not gonna be... Not Superman versus the Elite was what the movie's name was, but I can't think of what the actual comic was. Oh, What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Ever since that, the Superman working with them has been like, look at this cover. I want to see what OMAC looks like, just out of curiosity. I mean, that's beautiful. I really like it. But what's going on with Manchester Black here? Why is he like so... Okay, I don't know. I love it.
I thought that was a Alex Ross cover.
I know, it's that good. Midnighter trash talks Batman to his face. Oh, well, that's kind of Midnighter-esque. I could see that. Like, Midnighter is the evil Batman in a way. Everything from 1995 and up is when everything started to go woke. Everything from 2005 and up is when everything went to shit. Well, looks like we have a disagreement there, Incubus. Okay, so Batman Noel, I actually reviewed that last year. Batman Noel is one that I read every single season. Okay, hold on 1 second. Bane is being a little butthead. Come on. There you go. But Batman Noel is something I read every Christmas. That is like... Yeah, that's the best holiday comic there is. Hands down. I absolutely... Have you ever read Batman Noel?
No, I have not. Not yet.
It's so good. It's the art alone is worth your time. It's Brian Azzarello, right? I always mix those two up. We'll take a look. I know it is. I know I am second guessing myself. Lieber Mayhew. Of course it is. I always because they work together so often. Major disagreement, Incubus. Modern... I mean, Batman Noel is... There's not a damn thing woke about it. It's new. It's from 2005 up. Not saying that there's not elements of it, right? There absolutely is, but it's easily avoidable, in my opinion. Crush and Lobo. That is not made for me. Like, it's a younger person's comic, that's for sure. Woke never used to be a bad thing, but the phrase is hijacked by leftists and turned to what we see nowadays. That's a really good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. It was supposed to be, you were alive to the idea that the government was just continuously fucking you, right? And now it's like, now woke has turned into anything that is a person of color or a woman. woke has lost his meaning just like Nazi has. Unfortunately, it's profitable, right? So people are going to take advantage of profitable.
Oh, that reminds me. There was something I said on Robert's channel that
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to say here. And so apparently I was confused of whether if this was said or this was said because it happened such a long time ago. So I was telling Robert that a long, long time ago, not that long, when I was first watching Wes's channel and I
Uh-huh.
wasn't subscribed, I was just watching. There would be comments on there and I would see many people's different points of view from different ages, that kind of stuff. And so it was two separate people on two separate videos. No, I don't know those videos because that was again a long time ago. Um, one person said that, they showed their age when they're like, I stopped reading comics in the 80s because I thought the 80s were woke.
Right.
And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And then another person, I couldn't remember if the person said the 70s or the 90s, but I now remember that it was, in fact, the 90s. And he said that he stopped reading comics in the 90s. Two separate people, two separate, different conversations. He stopped reading comics in the 90s because he thought the 90s were woke. And I'm like, okay, so what was considered woke in the 80s? What was considered woke in the 90s? Was it like attire, more inclusivity, uh, like that kind of thing. So I was like, I wish I could have asked, but I wasn't commenting anywhere during that time due to like my anxiety. So it's like, I want to know, but I don't want you to respond to me. I would have loved to hear what they thought about it. I wish I knew what the videos were too, so I could just go back and look at it.
Well, I think it's almost an argument. It's a dead term, but I think it's almost an argument of like the shift of Overton's window, right? Like, and that's a good example because those were times when Overton windows shifted, and now it's shifted quite a bit far left, and people, you know, I would say, in their 30s and above are looking at it and like, I don't understand. We're at that point in our life where we looked at our parents and we're like, what? You're so cringy. You don't understand. And that's the point of a life that we're really at, where Overton window has like shifted so much. We see what used to be and what is now. And I think there has to be a happy medium or a compromise because comics have always kind of aged up. I mean, for a long time, they've aged up with their readership, but they've also been progressive. They've also been these things that we're seeing now. It does feel like a lot of and I don't want to be too hyperbolic about it because I don't want anyone to get pissed, but like it does feel like a lot of conservative get very upset at the things they get that leftists get upset for. So like being offended really easy. Like there's been plenty of times I've made a joke, like, and people have gotten mad and I've had to say, like yesterday, I think I said something about um ginger, like ginger's having no soul. They're like, why are you getting upset about that? It's a joke. I wasn't talking about race swapping gingers. I was just being goofy. I've never been serious on my channel. Don't get upset. And it happens so often that is, and I think a lot of it is the shift.
I mean,
Incubus,
like, have you seen PewDiePie? Like, before he could make edgy jokes, but now every time he makes a
yeah.
joke, he has to say, "That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke." And now lots of people are having to do that too, because people seem to be easily offended by something that they're not supposed to be. But of course, you can't stop anybody. Like, what's it
Getting
called?
offended.
You
Like,
can't stop anybody getting offended. Like, you can't change how some people think.
right, but it's so weird to me that something so silly can be so triggering to someone. Like, you have people on the right calling people snowflakes all the time, not realizing that it's okay to joke too. Like this whole stuff with what Incubus is saying, no one curses, smokes, drinks alcohol, does drugs, says anything politically incorrect, shows anything between sexual men and women, makes women beautiful, makes men look macho. Actually, I could go through books that come out this week and prove you wrong on almost every single one of them. If you look at Tom King's run of Batman, he had, sex between him and Selena Kyle. Same with his book. You had a beautiful, the art in that makes Selena look very beautiful, makes him look very masculine. Like, John Constantine is always walking around with a cigarette in his mouth. I do think there is a narrative out there that wants you to think one way or the other and not have any nuance to it whatsoever.
Do you remember, I remember the first issue of, Batman by Tom King.
Mhm.
And it was literally Bruce Wayne shirtless doing sit-ups on a freaking building. And I'm like,
Gotta
"What
get
are
that
you
female
doing?"
gaze.
Actually, this is, the smoking part is actually very interesting because I remember, for some reason, people think that anime don't censor things from the manga when that's actually not true. They do sometimes. One time in Naruto Shippuden, I guess I won't say because some people are just now watching Naruto Shippuden, so I guess I won't say any spoilers. But there was a time
Mhm.
when something happened and Shikamaru, who is the character in Naruto Shippuden, very smart, like 200 IQ, that kind of stuff. Something happened and he became like very depressed and he started smoking, and the anime completely took that out, Studio Peridot, because they didn't want like any like smoking anything that was like cigarette, no nothing. And I'm like,
Right.
for this specific character, because they're like, no, we can't have him smoke because everybody likes him, so we don't want anybody else to smoke or to take up smoking because they like the character, even though there was already a character and a few other characters who were smoking in Naruto Shippuden that were also beloved characters.
And that's so
But like
weird.
that's happened more than once for the smoking part. Uh, I know there's like so many other examples, like showing abuse or censoring abuse, that kind of thing. Which I'm like, why would you? Like, oh, there was
I
another one. There was this. It's a seinen anime, sports anime called All Out. It's a rugby anime. I freaking love that anime. So there is this. It gives like there's like 20 people on that team, and they show like every single one of them character development. There's one kid whose parents passed away and he lives with his older brother, but his older brother is abusive, like literally throwing glass at the guy and stuff. And then in the anime, he's like, go to the convenience store, give me some snacks. And I'm like, that's a completely weird thing for an adult to say to like a freaking 18-year-old. But everybody was like, no, that's not actually what happened. So here's what happened in the manga. In the manga, he tells him to go to the convenience store to buy cigarettes, not to get snacks or drinks from the vending machine or the convenience store. And I'm like, well, why would they censor that? And they're like, oh, apparently they have a thing for smoking or
Oh
whatever.
boy.
Like they didn't want to show smoking either. And that was not too long ago, 2016, maybe?
I know they
Something
got
like
mad
that.
at Stranger Things for having Hopper smoke. Like, I I don't see it. I don't like censorship of any sort of art. I don't care if it's far left or far right or in the middle. I don't think you go ahead and chill for DC. I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. Like those things literally like you can look up the issues with in I think it was Clayman that was doing the art. It was beautiful. Like the masculine and feminine tones. Um I don't necessarily you'd have to go to Constantine for smoking, but those things are in there. Like um I don't necessarily like the idea of censorship of any sort when it comes to art, but I also don't like not looking at the reality of the situation. The reality is those things are in there. Nerdhead's Newsstand is an SJW to the right and a Trumpster to the left, but a total enigma to everyone.
You're the
I think
Riddler?
I think that's a good comment. You, the problem is with the fence, like I guess fence sitting or being honest or I don't know. Is that everyone hates you. So it's cool. Like I don't care. Um if I like with this union thing, a lot of the people on the far left are like, yes, this is the greatest thing, you can do this. No, you got to look at the reality of the situation, and it's not the greatest thing. And then you have Incubus, who I'm not picking on you. I don't want you to think I'm picking on you at all, because I enjoy every single one of your comments. But what I'm saying is pointing out that these things aren't in comics when they clearly are. Like, it's very easy to find most of the things that you're talking about, but maybe not necessarily to the degree that they were 10 years ago. Like, we don't have weird women with super, super long, statement about the union stuff. I'll have to take a look. But did I wake up late? Yes, you did, Leo.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
But before it got too much, I clicked out of the other stuff because I wanted to talk a little bit about the Eternal stuff. And I want to, let me share my screen here. This is a couple days old, but I want to talk about it anyway. My computer decides to catch up. Sorry, guys. It's so slow. I don't like when it looks like that. There we go.
When I put full screen, I can't see the comments anymore.
I know. That's the bad thing about sharing stuff. So, basically, we're doing this again. Like, I feel like this is all the time. And I did go, when this first dropped, I did go to IMBD, and there was still a few left, and they were all gone except for 2. And they left the 2 positive ones on, which was stupid because nobody's seen the movie. Why are you leaving positive clearly fake? Like, if it's only 2, it's silly. I don't get it. So there was, if we go down here, review bombing again, did the same thing for Master of the Universe.
I heard there was review bombing on both sides.
Oh, there was, because once people realize there's review bombing, they're like, oh, more diversity, I'm gonna go say good things. Like, you can't do it both ways. You can't keep the good and then get rid of the bad. You have to get rid of it all. It's not okay to pretend you see a movie and obviously it's gonna happen. That's stupid to say it's not, but the movie's not even out yet. The movie's not even out yet.
The only people who saw it are the ones who got like early premieres, like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Well, in that scene, when I was this stuff, I seen the Quartering talking about the channel's called Mama's Geeky. And he was bashing on her for liking the movie. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? We don't have to fit in a rigid box where we hate everything together or we love everything together. Like, there has to be some nuance left in this world. And yeah, review bombing can go both ways, and to keep one side and not the other is fucking ridiculous. But to come out and be like, what is it? It's woke, mediocre, could be giving metal. Come on, Marvel, this was cheap even for you. It's a crappy movie. How do you know? You don't know. Saki totally unrecognizable from the comics. All it does is tick all the Hollywood woke boxes, which seems to be the goal, not storytelling. But it's hardly surprising these days. Don't waste your money. Not worth it. What? Like, I don't understand how you even know.
Did you hear about the Shang-Chi theory with the Eternals?
No, I didn't.
So, I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet. But it's called Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings or something like that, right?
Right.
Yeah, so apparently in the Eternals they also have rings, and Marvel uses colors to differentiate everything. Like purple is for like dark magic, and gold is for like how do you call it? I forgot how they call it, so I'm just gonna call it like heavenly godlike powers, or whatever.
Right.
And since the rings were super old and nobody knows where they came from, it's possible that it might be connected to the Eternals because they seem to have something to do with the rings. So it's possible that there could be like a connection between those two, which I'm like, okay, I can see how that's pretty interesting, but I still have no interest in seeing the Eternals movie. Like, I'm just not interested. It looks boring to me.
10 new characters in 2.5 hours. Doesn't sound like anything, but it's going to be heavy exposition. And I actually don't.
Thank you, Hominus. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. But what I feel like with this issue is it's nothing to do with diversity. It's nothing to do with having the first gay relationship or the first sex scene. I think it has to do with they went way too heavy on a movie that nobody, not saying that people don't read the Eternals. I'm sure it has its fans, but it's not Iron Man. It's not Captain America. It's not a huge thing. So taking creative liberties with them was a little bit, I guess, more acceptable because people didn't know. Well, when it comes to that, you took the creative liberties. How do you say this without sounding like a dick? It very much feels like a AI movie. Like, okay, we need this kind of person, this kind of person, this kind of person, this kind of person. And I'm normally not like I try to give stuff the benefit of the doubt. And I'm gonna for this one, don't get me wrong, but that's what it feels like. And it feels like, I'm not saying that you're basing your marketing off of it, but you're kind of basing your marketing off of it. And I'm not kidding, I don't even know what it's about. Like, some deviants come to the what deviants come and you explain what? Why you didn't help with Thanos? I don't understand. I still don't get the TLDR, but I know somebody's gay in it, and I know, it's the most diverse movie ever. That doesn't make me want to go see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so bland looking. And even if you take the show media kind of out of the equation, it still doesn't interest me. Like, yeah, AI movie. I mean, like, it was something a computer could come up with. Like, instead of somebody casting these people by their comic book counterparts or, by the best, it just, I normally am not the kind of person to say it sounds like it's a tick for each box, but that's what this one feels like. And that's why this is doing bad. I think it's doing bad because it's bland. Like, I watched Movie Meth last night with Grace Randolph. I know I don't like her, but I still watch her stuff. Shut up. And she said she basically called it like wallpaper. It was just bland and boring. There was nothing great about it. There was nothing. She liked Black Widow more. That says a lot for people that didn't like that movie. Did you like Black Widow, by the way?
Yeah, I did. I saw it. It was a birthday celebration. So it was for my cousin's birthday, and they had the movie theater reserved for all of our family members.
Oh, that's cool.
I think the only one who didn't like it was my cousin because he was sitting next to me, playing music or YouTube on blast, and I'm like, seriously, bro, why right next to me?
Oh my goodness.
But it was like so cartoony. Like, you have a Black Widow ricocheting off the wall. She's like boom, 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 and then hits the floor. And I'm like, you okay? You got Looney Tunes bones or something?
Wait, no, Incubus. So they never showed Tony and Pep. No, the sex scene is between I don't even know their names. A man and a woman, the main two. That's not what I meant by that. But yeah, I thought Black Widow was great. I love the idea that they use like the subjugation of women as the main idea. And I actually really, really enjoyed that one. I know this is at like right at that line, like 60%, where it's almost rotten. And if we look back at me talking about movies, and I have terrible taste in movies, I know most people know that. I loved Wonder Woman 2, and it's rated lower than this. So there is hope. There is hope. It could be good. But the idea that people are review bombing it for diversity alone is, in my eyes, like the dumbest thing. Like, either way, you got to erase all those reviews until the actual date comes out. I think it's really smart that the aggregate, what is it? The Rotten Tomatoes. They use it so you have to actually show like you went and saw the movie. It's the only way you're going to really get around review bombing. Disney ruined the MCU. I don't think there's much wrong with it. I guess maybe I haven't seen as much as I watched the Disney Plus shows, and I've missed quite a few of the movies. But I did like Black Widow. I thought it was a really great, like, oh, what's it called? This is so cringy. Forgive me. Like, it's a really great women empowerment movie.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with women empowerment, though.
The funny thing is it's like this new, like, marketing tactic when there's been strong women always. It doesn't necessarily have to be an action movie. Look at old movies like Tootsie, or any movie with like The Devil Wears Prada. Those are strong ass women and strong roles for women. It doesn't have to be Ripley from Alien. Strong women have always been around. Why is it now a new marketing tactic? Like, it feels like it's pandering. I don't know. I don't hate it, but every time I see it, I kind of just roll my eyes. I'm like, yeah, we've had strong women. Thank you very much. They've existed throughout history. And it doesn't necessarily mean in action roles. Like, I'm not talking Kill Bill, but what about Monster? We've had, okay, that's a bad example. Really bad example. Yeah, but I just mean, they've existed for forever. Look at Audrey Hepburn. And I mean, I know some of those were femme fatale or damsel in distress, but it just feels like it's more of a marketing tactic and not an honest, like, I want this to be an actual thing, because it's always been an actual thing. Are you there?
Yeah, I was reading Incubus's comment. Sorry.
Incubus has a lot of good insight. Not necessarily that I agree with it a lot of time, but he does. But even
Wait,
I was.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean? You get no violence in superhero movies. There's no violence in the MCU.
Well, yeah, there's definitely violence.
Like, what's it called? The Spider-Man. What was the second Spider-Man movie?
No Way Home, or is that the new one?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm like, I was gonna say
Homecoming?
No Way Home. Wait, Homecoming's the first one, I think.
I don't know.
The second movie, I believe they showed some blood on there from Jake Gyllenhaal.
Go watch Suicide Squad if you want. Like, I know it's a different company. We're talking different movies, but Suicide Squad. There we go. That was there's a lot
Lady
of
Snowblood. Are you watching the anime? The anime that just came out, Loki, of the Lady Snowblood?
Didn't U.S. agent fucking decap? Yeah, that's a perfect example. Thank you, Shelby. Oh my god, that was such a good scene too. Like, and
Thor cut off Thanos' head.
Yeah, there was like where he, like, oh my god, I don't know if it was in episode 2 or 3. Remember where John Walker like beat that guy with a shield?
Yeah.
You have no idea. Yeah, that was a powerful scene, like almost on the line of using, like, well, this is going to irritate some people, but that's okay. It's like showing, a different side of government or police brutality. I thought it was awesome. Hello, Saggy. I love her. She's awesome. But yeah, I think there's enough violence. I do feel like John Walker did nothing. What the fuck are you talking? Yeah, okay. We're not having this conversation. Yes, he did. I win. Haha. No.
I'm behind on the comments. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Go up.
But I have no idea what's going on. Did they show the gay cut? I have no idea what we're talking about here. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, You have to get rid of everything. I'm irritated. You have to get rid of everything. You have to start fresh. You can't keep good reviews. You can't do it either way. But to how do you get like 1,000? Or I don't even remember how much it was. It was like 1,000 negative reviews, and why are 450 negative reviews, 1-star reviews? Why are people that upset at this movie when it's not even out yet? Like, I don't get it. Yo, okay, I get it. You say you're irritated. I don't get what makes people so mad. It looks boring. Boring's not offensive. Boring's something I just skip.
Saggy Lemons is on here? Dang,
Yeah, Saggy Melons.
A lot.
Yeah. She's awesome. She does great. I love her streams. I see last one I watched was when she was drunk 3PO, fighting with drunk 3PO. Oh my gosh. Because the pot is boiling over. Well, go get your pot. Turn the gas down. It won't boil over anymore.
I think I found the Lady Snowblood anime. I'm like, it was on rather Funimation or Crunchyroll. Maybe I saw it on Netflix. But a lot of them are on freaking Hulu. Hulu loves anime. So you can check for one of those. Sorry.
Because no one asked for it, nobody wanted it, but Marvel Studios pushed it. And look, they're suffering. Maybe they'll learn their lesson. Look, it's at 6. It's the lowest rated MCU movie to date. Not worse than that Inhumans shit, or Iron Fist, but it's the lowest. And it's likely going to be one of the lowest box office, barely breaking even. Maybe they'll learn that the formulaic stuff, people don't mind it because it's just a popcorn flick, right? People don't mind a strong third act and a big bad guy that gets taken down. People like that kind of stuff. And even when you do try something normal, that's what they've got Disney Plus for. We got a lot of different stuff outside the box. Maybe they will actually realize that it has nothing to do with diversity. It has to do with boring. Boring is the most offensive thing. Like, I can't with it. Yeah, congratulations to Leo. He went on Comic Book Jeopardy with Ingleteen. I think that's awesome.
Tristan,
yeah, he won.
Oh wow, congrats. Oh, I guess that's so loud. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're totally fine. Tristan, some people cry about nothing, in part because they have no lives. Seriously, there are more important things to worry about. And I agree. I think it's important to talk about entertainment and stuff, and it's what I like to do, but a lot of it is manufactured, right? Any sort of culture war is profitable on both sides. And we see that on unfortunately way too much. Thoughts of High Guardian Spice. Did you see that?
I'm putting it on my list right now so I can finally watch it because I keep getting memes on YouTube of that people are making already from this show. Oh wow, 1.7 ratings out of 5.
Oh no! Oh, you
I heard the
Marvel
ending song. I was like, wow, this is super generic. But hey, that's what a lot of animes did in the 90s. Always generic music. But I obviously don't have high hopes for it. But like, since everybody keeps sending, like, making memes of it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. There was one thing that I freaking laughed at. That clip was pretty funny, but I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Like, you're somehow more intellectual. What are you talking about, Shelby? I've not seen the movie. It's not even out yet. I never claimed to be more intellectual for liking it. I've not seen it. Nobody has, unless you've got an early reviewer. I'm just saying, being outraged over diversity, I'd be more mad about, like, I think Chloe Zhao is talented in what she does. I just don't think it. Oh, not you, the critics. I was like, what? I was like, wait. That doesn't. Like, we go back and forth sometimes, but I was like, wait, what? No, yeah, I get it. It feels. It's weird to me because you see these people are like, Rotten Tomatoes is full of shills, and then when something does bad, they don't like. They're like, this Rotten Tomatoes score, it's so bad. Let's talk about it. Like, what? I thought you said it was full of shills. Why are you using it now? It's so weird. The whole phenomenon is so weird to me. I'm just like, I'll just stay out of it. Okay. All right. So
I don't think she watched Vinland Saga yet.
no, I haven't. So we're gonna wrap up. What are your? Let's do a little bit of comic book recommendations. What are you enjoying right now?
Okay, so I just got my some comics like literally yesterday, and I was like binge reading as much as I could. So I did get the Radiant Black. I personally do very like it very much. So I'm gonna
Awesome.
give that as a recommend. Like think of Power Rangers, but adult, and it's only like two people, one good one evil one, and the good one is in like $38,000 of debt, and he's a writer.
I do remember that.
The second one is a indie comic that I got from Midtown that I've been wanting to get for a while. It's called Elric, the Dreaming City. So I was kind of confused at first, but apparently like world of like this is a fantasy. So you got elves, warriors, all that kind of stuff. And so like there's this one elf who's like the main guy, and he's like, okay, so we got to go to the city and see if we can see what's happening and try to fix it. Apparently his city was overrun, and like lots of his people are dead. But apparently he's supposed to be the evil person. Like once he got this special sword, and the sword kind of like talks to him, and he's like, yeah, you're supposed to be evil, you're supposed to join our side. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, don't worry, you will. So it's him trying to like resist that. But apparently the girl he liked in this first chapter, she ended up taking the call, and it ended up backfiring on her. That sucks. This is not for kids, because she has an outfit and you see her boobs and nipples and all that stuff, and you see corpses too, and they're all naked.
Oh my goodness.
But I like the colors and everything. The second one I finally got. It's not new. It's super old. It's Batman Black and White #5,
Oh
like the
yeah.
anthology series. I
Mhm.
got it because of Jorge Jimenez. And like I'm just looking at his art right now. It's just so
So
beautiful,
beautiful.
and I love the story that he did. But that's like not the only reason. Mariko
Mike.
Tamaki. She also did a story on that one. And the thing is, I'm very dumb. So, like, I had to read it a few times to understand what the heck was going on. But I'm like, okay, I got it now. Her story was pretty good. There's a Jim Gordon story on here by Lee Weeks. I really did like his story. I also had to read that a few times because I'm not smart like that. The last one, I have to take my time because this is the most fun Batman story in this entire thing. It's made by what's Kieron Gillen,
Kieran
and
Gillian.
maybe Gillen. So I don't know. So it's called The Riddle in this book. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. It's probably going to take me a couple hours just to finish that short story, just because like they're like, okay, this is about the Riddler. You see his riddle, and you get to choose what you want to do in this story. So like, oh hey, Batman's gonna follow me into this maze. Do you easily go to the maze? Go to #5. If you don't want to fall into his trap, go to #3. And so they have different stuff that happens on there. So and then I'm turning the page, like, oh, you want to choose this? Go to #10, go to #16, go to #6. You want to go to this? Take this section, okay, do this, go here, go here. And so it's like many different possibilities. Some where the Riddler wins, some where Batman wins. And so I'm like, that was super fun. I'm like, so I'm gonna take my time. It's gonna take me all day to read it because it's
I
that
love it
long.
though. That's awesome though. Those are the best kind of stories. Thank you, Robert.
Yes.
I actually work, but I would thank you. So we need to figure out a time that I can because you always come on my channel and I feel bad. But thank you. Um,
Robert's the best. Sorry, I was talking too long.
Oh no, you're totally fine. And yeah, Shelby, I had a lot of fun with Jessica Gray. He was really nice, even though we disagree. I think it's important to have those conversations even when you disagree. But yeah, you're right about I didn't think the whole thing through with John in that. Yeah, that was dumb. So for me this week, well, it would have been next week. I have it's a Wonder Woman week, right? We had Wonder Girl, another one that is absolutely stunning. Oh, Joelle Jones is a treasure at DC. Her basically we're getting right now Yara. We've kind of got the idea of the different factions, right? You've got the people on Olympus wanting her to stay in Olympus where she trained. And then you've got the Bonamigdal wanting her to come with them, and then you've got the Amazons with Cassie, and so you've got all different she's being torn three ways, plus she's got a boyfriend or two. I don't know.
What?
It's like she's kind of like cutesy with someone in Olympus, and then she's got this boyfriend. So we're seeing her kind of torn all different ways, and I think this is going to lead into the trial of the Amazons. So it's so good, and Joelle Jones' art with that is everything you would want in a comic book. I love it, down to the coloring. It's beautiful. But one I actually was very surprised by, and I don't, or did I say Wonder Woman? I meant Wonder Girl. I'm sorry. One I actually was very, very surprised by that I love this week, because I normally don't like. I'm not a huge anthology person, but the I'm not sure which number. Wonder Woman Black and Gold 5. Now, that first story alone in it, where we see Diana and she's basically trying to get her armorer, right? They basically Lucifer stole her armorer. I don't remember if it was Lucifer or not, but okay, the guy in charge in hell. And she's going to get him back, and we have this amazing like story where we go through, and it was by Tomasi. Of course it was, right? Tomasi is amazing. And we see her go to these different areas in hell. Like, I would read a lot. I would read a whole series about her going through these different stages in hell. You have like Beelzebub and all of these different hellacious characters, and she ends up saving them. And it's like this great story about friendship and loyalty, and it's beautiful. Like Wonder Woman was so well. Wonder Family, the Amazons were so good this week. I absolutely loved both of those books, and of course we had The Long Halloween, which is alright. Like it was just good for the nostalgia factor. But as far as indie goes, Nita Hawes. It's called Nita Hawes Nightmare, and it's a nightmare blog, and it is by Rodney Barnes, and it's on Image. It's the first one, and we basically see this woman that she lives in Baltimore, and there's like demons and stuff coming up, and they don't know how this portal has opened, and she's haunted by her brother. Her family was in a car accident, and her parents died, so she was taking care of her brother Jason. Well, now she's haunted by his ghost because she lives in Baltimore. Crime's bad. He was shot, and she's doing this thing called a nightmare blog to help people that are going through like these weird like demonic possessions, and trying to figure out in some way how to help people that are going through exactly what she's going through with her brother Jason. And it's really cool concept, and so far it's awesome. Like, it's really, really good. I love Image. Image does such a good job. I'm hoping that this whole issue with the union doesn't do anything, but yeah, absolutely loved it. Those were the best of the week for me. I need to start doing best of the week, but I always forget. So thank you guys so much. Is there? Oh yeah, you want to plug your stream with Robert later?
Yes. I'm going to be having a stream with Robert and Liana K at 5 p.m. today. Going to be talking about Tomb Raider's 25th anniversary, Liana K's Kickstarter, which is surprisingly affordable.
Yeah, I was shocked.
I was like, shoot, I can afford this even when I'm poor. And we're gonna have a fun time. You can come in, ask us questions and all that stuff. I don't know anything about Tomb Raider. So
There
I'm
you
just
go.
mostly gonna be listening in when they talk about Tomb Raider because I'm just like, okay, I understand now.
Well, awesome. Okay, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. We are going, like I said, we're going to do something later on this month for our birthdays and all that fun stuff. So lots of goodies coming up.
I'll probably email you more info, more ideas later
I
today.
love
I'm
it. I love
sorry.
it. Oh, no, I love it. I love looking through it. So, all right, we will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.